Okay, so this week Manjaro announced I think it's called the Orange Pine Neo handheld, and it got delayed, which is not always a bad thing. But yes, we have another Steam Deck, and this is actually a really good thing to see because it's really healthy to always see competition in this sphere, especially because I feel like competition helps other companies actually try and improve on what they have. And yes, everyone wants to make a Steam Deck these days. Is starting to look out there like a Steam Deck cosplay, but that's not the only good news we have this week. Also, Gears of War Reloaded has dropped a beta with full Linux support, and the Steam Deck. Yes, your Steam Deck will run it fully. If you're hoping to get a Steam Deck OLED, it's out of stock. So why? So sit tight and I'll spill your silicone flavored tea, as always.
Present day. Present time.
So for our first news, we're gonna talk about the Orange Pi Neo. You know, those Raspberry Pi cousins that no one ever invites to a LAN party. So they decided to make a gaming handheld and it's shipping with Manjaro Linux, which is based on Arch, but without the daily emotional trauma. This thing was supposed to drop in quarter 1, but surprise, surprise, the whole China factory drama that's going on right now, and CE certifications and delays. So now they say it'll arrive between quarter 2 and quarter 2, also sometime in the universe, or when it ends. Wink, wink. But it's not all bad news. Get this. So this handheld will come with 2 track packs and maybe a left one. Okay, so that's not all. It's not all bad news. This handheld will come with 2 trackpads for those people that are left-handed gamers or whatever. So honestly, it looks pretty clean. Like I like the color scheme. It doesn't look overwhelming. You know, too RGB. I freaking hate RGB. I don't know. I just hate it. Okay, it looks pretty clean. I would say. Manjaro is also this is not the only handheld that Manjaro is actually working on. They actually announced another handheld that they're working on with ZOTAC. Yes, the guys who make GPUs that don't explode and it's a pretty decent price, have pretty good performance. They used to be really well known. I don't know these days that they're super known, but they don't they don't make your wallet cry with blood, basically. Anyway, if you're enjoying this chaos, don't forget to leave me a comment and a like. If you're really crazy enough to share this video, go right ahead. I'm not gonna stop you. Okay, let's talk about the wireless power of this week. Gears of War Reloaded has a beta right now, and it's not running natively on Linux, but here's the thing. It's fully functional on Linux and it has been confirmed. That's right. Fully verified. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good news, but it gets even crazier when Microsoft is disabling kernel level anti-cheat on this game. And to be honest, this might come to a shock to some people, but as I cover in my other past videos, Microsoft have hinted and they have said themselves that they want to move away from kernel level anti-cheat ever since the CrowdStrike attack. Not only that, they also want to move away from app software that act uses like administrative privileges or asks for too much of your computer. Because ever since the CrowdStrike, they've realized that that could be a vulnerability in the system. So yeah, we got that. Microsoft has common sense. Actually, that's kind of cool. Anyway, but if you want to play the beta, here's the catch. You gotta pre-order the game. Well, obviously, that's not a catch. That's kind of like the norm these days. Anyway, even so now you can relive your childhood, your Xbox 360 childhood memories, but I'm gonna decide not to really go into that whole pre-order thing because the thing is like these this past few years we've had like the pre-orders even from remakes and we end up getting slot, but so that's why I'm like, maybe I'm going to wait till it's fully released because I don't want to freaking get a cash grab and then be mad about it. And that's not all for the news of Gear War. They're also claiming that the game is going to be really well optimized on PC, Steam Deck, Xbox, and it will be able to support FSR 3.1 and DLSS 3.5 and ray tracer childhood if you want. Anyway, well, should it be reliving your childhood or reliving your childhood trauma? I don't know. So, what I say about this game, it's pretty old. There's no way they can mess this up. Again, I have said that about a lot of games that mess up, but hopefully they don't because this game was so fucking badass. Okay, if you saw my Linux T-spill video from yesterday, this won't really be a shock to you unless you're really living under a hard drive. Wink, wink. But Manjaro and Ubuntu both announced that they're removing Xorg from from being the auto select, the one that comes in by default, and removing support. So Manjaro says Wayland now works better with NVIDIA, and it's not as cursed with the proprietary driver, so they're making it the default plasma and the SDDM. So hope it goes well for you guys. I'm concerned. Okay. Meanwhile, Ubuntu has confirmed that they'll flip the Swiss in the version 25.10 next year in April 2026. That's in forever gamer time. That's in forever gamer time. But hey, at least they're warning us and something goes wrong. So yeah, Sora is being taken out of back like it was a Bethesda games that had way too many bugs. Rip. Okay, so for our final news, let's talk about the Steam Deck OLED being out of stock. And no, it's not scalpers this time. It's a little bit of politics. So, thanks to the recent tariffs, a lot of companies that had supply chain with China had to move to the US. So, they have to remove their supplier to the US. So, if I had to take a guess to what's missing, it's probably the OLED screens and then the NVMe. And the only the 512 gigabytes and the 1 terabyte models are the ones that are hard to get a hold of in the US, both in the US and Canada. But if you desperate, go right ahead and buy the biggest one or buy off a random Russian guy that's in the mafia. So I don't freaking know what to. I'm just saying it's risky. It would be funny if you bought it from Russia and it came with malware. Oh, that would be so funny. I kind of want to do that now. But wait, there's a plus twist. So Valve has confirmed that by the end of the summer, it will be restocked by the end of the summer of this year. And not only that, it will still stay the same price. So it's not going up in price. No greediness, no surprise, no subscription models. I was kidding, they don't have a subscription model, or do they? Anyway, just honestly, this is actually kind of cool. See, Valve being transparent. And they even let you know that they're going to keep updating the people that want to buy it when it will be available. So not only they made a message to let people know, they have the full transparency and there will be updating exact dates when it will be restocked. So was that really that hard? Anyway, so that's all for your gaming Linux news for this week. And yes, we got new handhelds, Microsoft's doing the unexpected, and Wayland supremacy. At least not yet, because we're still waiting on X Libre. Hopefully, I got my fingers crossed. I hope X Libre is actually better. Anyway, some little OLED. I don't even call it drama. It's just straight up news. Anyway, catch you next time. And until then, stay spooky, stay weird, and remember, if your Steam Deck explodes, at least it wasn't running Windows.